Alright. October 19th, 9:42 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1. Ugh. Mr. Wright. Yes? Why do you look so unhappy? Nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Uh-oh, she looks even unhappier.
Phoenix, your client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him.
This is no time for dead people jokes, please.
You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet, if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it.
Something overlooked.
We have to find something, Phoenix. Today. It's that, or lose the trial.
This isn't gonna be easy.
"10 o'clock a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4.
Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution is ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well, Mr. Edgeworth. Your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today I would like to show the evidence proving that they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder if it will be that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Salmonella to the stand. Or that director.
Isn't it supposed to be salmonella or something weird?
Will the witness state his name and profession? How rude can you get? You don't know me! I'm the director! I make the Steel Samurai, noob! Awful! Salmonella! I'm a...
What does ROF
Rolling on
mean?
the floor laughing.
Rolling on the floor laughing, yeah, okay. I just remember it had something to do with laughing, but I didn't know what the ROF was.
Salmonella! I'm a director, television! Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder? Hey, yes, Your Honor. Very well, please testify to the court about the events that day.
Phoenix, let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it.
Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure. I was at the studios from around 9 o'clock that morning. During the morning, I was doing an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area, but I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4 p.m. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it. The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m. And according to your testimony, you were in a meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor. Let's see. I'm just gonna press him on stuff. I was at the studios around 9 that morning. Is that when you always come into work? Oh, no. I come in all sorts of hours. It's the industry way. Yeah, I know all about the freaks in your industry. Still, for what it's worth, I was pretty busy all that day. Tell us more about that. In the morning, I was doing an action scene run-through. In the employee area? That's right. It was a fight scene between the Steel Samurai and the Evil Magistrate. Was anyone else at the run-through? Oh yeah, that security lady was sitting there watching the whole thing. She was cheering on Hammer, if you can believe it. She certainly has the lungs for it. Anyone else? Nope, just us four.
Wait a minute. Where was the girl then?
She was in the prop room.
Oh, okay.
It took a lot more time than I thought it would. Why did it go on for so long? I'm pretty sure you've already heard this, but WB twisted his ankle during the run-through, see? Oh, right. That's the limp. Which, of course, led me to missing my lunch-offs.
What's that?
Sad? Sighing? I don't know.
Because it's not roll on floor sad. Starving? Oh.
There we go. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area. What exactly did they have for lunch? T-bone steak, the assistant cook said blah 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 blah. Come to think of it, there was a plate with some bones on it in the employee area. Everyone else, meaning that the witness did not eat with them. But I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch.
Wait a minute. Then why were there the 2 plates outside in the Studio 2 area?
I don't know, actually. So in the end, you didn't get to eat. Yeah, no steak at least. Could you believe it? That must have been tough.
Phoenix,
Yeah?
doesn't something about that seem odd to you?
Contradictory? It does seem odd now that you mention it. Mr. Manila. Ah! What do you want? When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there.
Mm-hmm.
There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the one in the employee area. Who ate lunch there? No, good call. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it. But I did eat after all. T-bone steak, you mean? Yeah, well, I mean the assistant went through all that trouble. I brought it to the trailer, thinking I could eat it later. Clearly a man who likes to eat as much. I suspected as much. So, when exactly did you eat it? We took 1 break during that meeting. I, wolfed it down then. A mental image I will carry with me to my grave.
So they did get up from their seats then.
Yep. Wait a second. If they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more. We were in the meeting until around 4. What were you discussing? The Steel Samurai story and our budget. Get this, the sponsors turn to me and say, Mr. Manila, those scripts of yours are not appropriate for children. Can you believe it? Actually, I kind of can. So nobody left the table during the whole meeting? During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. You didn't take a single break? Yeah, not a one. Huh. What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Press harder. Wait a second. Mr. Manila, you've just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate a T-bone steak during a break? Oops! Awful. Well? Mr. Manila, what's this all about? Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break.
Phoenix, great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time.
Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about his break. Very well. Mr. Manila, your testimony, please. Uh-oh, Edgeworth is laughing. Yeah, for what it's worth, we did take a break. Raffle. But there's only 15 minutes. 15? That's only 13 in base 12. Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1, LOL.
Technically that's not an accurate statement. Like, it's not a fact. And it's just a personal opinion.
Mm-hmm. That's only enough time to eat a T-bone steak, if you ask me. Huh. I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination. Okay. What time exactly did you take this break? I'd say it was around 2:30 or so until 2:45. 2:30? That's the time of death. So he could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and then come back. I guess it's possible time-wise. But it was only 15 minutes. Oh, wait, no, sorry.
But it was only 15 minutes! 15! That's only 13 in base 12!
I'm not even gonna touch that one.
Not enough time for someone to say commit murder in Studio 1, lol.
Why is that? Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1.
What?
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1.
Huh. Well, Mr. Wright?
Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer.
Do you claim someone from the trailer went to Studio 1?
I don't think so.
Well, we saw the Bent spoke. I think Hammer somehow... Wait a minute. But if they were in the first area, why weren't there photographs taken of people going from the employee area over to Studio 2?
I don't know.
Because you think the... Oh, or
Yeah,
was
there
that... that was before the lady got in to turn the cameras on.
Oh, maybe?
So the meeting started before...
What if Hammer was in the costume?
What?
What if Hammer put on the Steel Samurai costume?
What? He thought maybe he just want to try being the main character again?
He didn't want to be spotted. Like, he didn't want anybody to know that it was him going that way.
Did he want to oversee the
No,
meeting?
that doesn't make any
Maybe,
sense.
well, I mean, imagine if he was trying to peer in the windows and he fell on the
Yeah,
stake.
maybe. I'm
I
gonna
don't
say
know.
no, it's impossible, though.
Yeah.
Because it is. I don't want to write off so many possible suspects, but I can't keep claiming the impossible either. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the studio at that time. I thought you might be thoughtlessly treading on thin ice again. I see you at least had an inkling of truth.
What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's quite simple. True, the break in the trailer meeting came at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. The fallen monkey had barred the way. At around 2:15, a strong gust of wind knocked off the studio mascot's head. Ergo, when the people in the trailer took a break at 2:30, the way to the studio was blocked.
You're tired right now?
I am very sleepy. Blocked by Mrs. Monkey's severed head.
Mrs.
It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point. And somehow I feel no desire to correct him. I believe we've seen enough as evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand. What? It's over?
Very well, the court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found that there were several people in the Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it's also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to the case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that's lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty.
Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we have indeed a decisive witness. Decisive evidence, a witness.
Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth?
My witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim.
He got the kid.
Order! I will have order. I see. The court will take 10-minute recess, at which point we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for the recess.
My hands are freezing.
October 19th, 11:04 a.m. District Court, Defendant Lobby, Number 1.
What do we do now, Mia? Everyone in that trailer has an alibi.
I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong.
Mia? Don't tell me you're giving up.
If you give up, what hope do I have?
Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio One. I thought there was more to it than that. But I was wrong. That's all there is.
What's gonna happen to me? It kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer.
Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere, after all.
Thanks.
Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it.
Casper the Friendly Ghost, Mia the Busty Ghost.
Ah, what? That was someone's chat comment.
Somebody said Mia the Growth Ghost, but I was just thinking Busty sounds a little bit more Caspery. I don't know.
No, that's true. So, 11:15.
Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years, and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with this cruel questioning.
But this guy, you're on this kid's good side. You gave him the ultra rare card.
Yeah. Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand. Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange for a box for him to stand on. Oh, right! Guard, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do.
Donuts.
I could really go for some donuts. Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness? What? Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you can push me around.
Cody, answer his question, okay?
Hey, it's you, the nice lady. I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in 2nd grade. I get the feeling this is going to be a long, long day. Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle. Witness, I mean, Cody. He's having trouble with his gentle thing. You were present, you were at the Global Studios on the day of the, incident. You got a problem with that? Please tell us what you saw that day. What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there? Just, Mr. Edgeworth. I prefer a bearded gentleman myself. Very long day. Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if you couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission if that's possible. Wait, so you're saying you had to bargain terms with the kid and you lost? Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet. But I bring it with me wherever I go.
Phoenix, I wonder if he had that camera on him the day of the murder. You'd better make a note of that in the court record. He's still learning how to use it. Yeah, he could have taken a random picture here and there.
Yep. Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about the what you saw the day of the incident.
Witness's account.
I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods, off the path, so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way, though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home. Huh. Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle. Remember, you're talking to a child. This kid's tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly.
Wait, did he claim that the samurai killed the magistrate outside the studio?
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, let's ask about that.
Yeah, I was going for the studio. Did nothing unusual happen on your way to the studio? Unusual? Did you see this monkey by any chance? Oh, you mean Mr. Monkey? Yeah, I saw him, but his head wasn't busted.
Oh.
So you went straight to the studio. I got kind of lost on the way, though, for about 30 minutes. You got lost in the woods? Yeah, I couldn't figure out which way I was walking. Man, I was relieved when I saw the blue studio doors. But guess what happened next? When I came up by the studio, there's the Steel Samurai. The Steel Samurai? Yeah, he was standing by the studio gate. It looks like he was thinking about something before going in. Then he opened up the gate and went inside. I see. What then? It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. What sort of bad guy was it? A guy. A person. Kind of tall, skinny. Are you sure it was a guy? I don't know. He was kind of far away. Huh. He's being awfully vague. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! What happened to the bad guy? Huh? Well, he kind of didn't move. Not a bit, like he was dead. I guess he's a real pro. What a great actor. Yes, I suppose he was. If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell you. If you had your camera? You mean you weren't carrying your camera then? No, I wasn't. It's not like I have it all the time. Really? I guess seeing the killing freaked him out and he went home.
Phoenix, remember, he's a child. Use gentle words, but be firm.
Easy for you to say. I want to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. You really like the Steel Samurai, huh? Of course I do. I taped every show, and I go to all the live performances. That's impressive. Have you been to the amusement park? Of course, duh. My dad always takes me. Poor dad. Found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day.
Yeah, what map was it?
Was that day the first time you've been to the studio? Actually, I've been a couple of times. I've never managed to get there on rehearsal day. And that security lady's always yelling. Right. Please continue. Chill, Pops. I'm getting to it. How am I supposed to talk with you cutting me off all the time? Jeez. Grr. I went through the woods, off the path, so that old lady wouldn't catch me.
Yeah, what path?
Off the path? Yeah, you know how the studios are in a valley there? If you go off the path a little, there's woods. That's where I was. I see. Anyhow, I was going for the studio.
Which studio? That's what I'm wondering.
Did nothing unusual happen on your way to the studio? Unusual? Oh, we've already seen this.
Yeah.
Because they don't specify Studio 1.
Yeah, because it's possible he had seen something happen at Studio 2. Or, I don't know. Because I still think that Bent spoke.
Okay, so I'm gonna start saves coming.
Are you going to ask about the camera?
Cody, what you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that. Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word with you. Uh-oh, was I putting the pressure on too much? What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about? It's a digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera. How do I explain that? I see. Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you? Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody? What? Yeah, so I had my camera. So what? You got a problem with that? So you did have a camera, and Did you use this camera? Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Huh. Very well, please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching. Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy, and wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong, the Steel Samurai rules. Ah, is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination.
Yeah, you need to coax some more details out.
Well, he did say he straight up had... Okay, had my camera with me. I was glued to the action, couldn't take my eyes off it. Let's press him on everything. So, why didn't you use it? He's getting to that. Relax and listen. I didn't use it because I was too busy watching the real thing.
Mm-hmm. Okay, wham, let's see.
Okay. So the bad guy attacked him first. Yeah! What sort of person was this bad guy? I told you, a person. He was a person. How was he dressed? I kinda don't remember. I was too busy watching the Steel Samurai. I see, and then what happened next? Then the bad guy stopped moving. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, because the Steel Samurai brought him to justice. And how exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With a samurai kick and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap. Something like that.
He couldn't have seen it.
He's still being vague about this.
Vague.
What? Don't give me that look, Pops. Excuse me for my dialect. How should I play this? Pressing a small child into submission.
Aw, don't you say
Cody.
something like that.
What? Something's bothering me. Before you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah? So what? Did you miss the most important part? What is the meaning of this? The witnesses stated what he saw quite clearly. You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap. My point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurai's fight. But you missed the most important part, the killing blow. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how we might have missed something so vital? That's the thing.
Phoenix, I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight? I know you.
Sorry.
Okay.
I was trying to skip through it. She said you can do this.
Okay.
Anyway. Mr. Wright, your answer. We've ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight?
He was watching something else? Wasn't it the monkey head fell?
No, it's this or this. He's still learning how to use it.
Did he try to take his camera out?
It's both. Yes, Your Honor, I have evidence. Evidence? Yes, Your Honor. Why did Cody look away from the fight? I'm gonna present... probably the camera.
Okay.
Here's my proof. What's that? The camera? The witness stated he recently received this camera. Yes, I'm aware of that. He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation. I'm aware of that too. Ah! Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on little kids? Pressing, not picking.
Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture.
Cody? There's only one reason why you could have looked away from the fight. That was because you wanted to take a picture, but having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet, so you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah.
Well, Phoenix, I bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again.
Right. Mia means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackins testify once more.
Very well.
Cody?
Oh, Cody? Could you please tell us about your camera? And why you didn't take a picture of the fight?
Welcome to the real world, kid.
No photo.
Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep.
Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. I'm gonna press him on this.
What do you mean by escape the clutches?
Pops?
Yeah, I called you Pops, you spiky-haired geezer.
Geezer.
I'm Mr. Edgeworth, and I guess I'm the bearded gentleman. That's what I hate about you grown-ups. You're all so self-conscious.
Okay, off with the kid gloves. Testify, witness, testify.
Yipes!
Escape from the clutches of the villain, yeah.
Yeah. Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So, you did see the beginning of the fight?
Yeah.
Did you notice anything unusual?
I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange.
Moving strangely.
So I held up my camera to take a picture.
Why couldn't you just take a picture?
My new camera has too many buttons. I couldn't figure it out. I tried to take a picture. I've really tried. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it.
That's all that happened, yep. Okay. When the lens opened, what did you see?
A person on the ground and the Steel Samurai.
That's all that happened, yep. That's all?
Yeah, I told you I didn't take a picture.
Huh. I would have, once I got the lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one? Press him hard. Nah, he definitely would have taken a picture. There's got to be something here I can use. Cody. Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture.
Hey!
Bullseye?
How did you know?
I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers.
Wow!
This feels great.
Yeah, I took a picture. Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them.
What?
How can I pick holes in such short testimony?
There has to be something. Dig up the dirt, Phoenix. Find out what this kid's all about.
Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai has just escaped from the...
You already.
Oh, yeah,
it's
sorry.
just the last thing that's new, which is he erased the photos.
Yep. No.
Oh, keep going through it.
There we go.
No.
Oh.
No, you chose the
Sorry.
wrong one again. You need the he erased them.
So the problem is the positioning. I really should actually say like 1 out of 4. There we go.
There we go.
You erased them?
Yeah!
Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai, victorious?
Well, you know... Why would I want to keep a picture like that?
Huh. It's being less and less cooperative. I better find a clear contradiction soon, or some solid evidence. How can I pick holes in such a... Okay, blah, 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 blah.
I mean, would you show the scrapbook?
Present your scrapbook. Cody.
What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow with something bad.
I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day.
Huh? Oh, right.
What was it you told me then?
I got every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. With Sam. I got them all. I never missed one. A perfect collection.
Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album?
Ah! Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album?
It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won.
I see.
Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all of his pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day.
Order. Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? The Steel Samurai just defeated his adversary. I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in this album.
Exactly my point, Your Honor. No way.
Phoenix, I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is.
But Mia, are you sure? Are we sure about this? Did he actually?
Yes. I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what's going on here. Why is there no picture in the album the day of the murder? Why would the boy have erased the photos he took?
Steel Samurai didn't win.
Yeah.
I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos.
You mean the Steel Samurai lost?
Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai.
No way, no! It's impossible. The Steel Samurai never loses. He never loses to anyone, ever.
Your Honor? The witnesses revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. And to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth.
He couldn't handle the truth. You can't handle the truth. Isn't that a classic court line?
Yes.
Order! I will have order! Cody, is this true? But what did you see? Tell the court what you saw.
Cody, that day you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right?
Okay. You're right. The Steel Samurai fell down and then he didn't move. Order!
What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet according to your witness testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell.
Mr. Wright, what's going on?
Apparently we've all made a serious error. An error? What's this all about? Hammer was the victim, Steel Samurai was the victim, there was no victim.
So...
I think I want to go with number one, Hammer was the victim.
Well, wait. It's Will Powers and Jack Hammer.
Yeah.
But everyone knows that Jack Hammer was the victim.
Yeah, but that doesn't
he
necessarily...
was the Steel Samurai.
I mean, we could do Steel Samurai was the victim as well. I don't really know. I'm going with Hammer, because it feels like both boring and also... I don't know.
Well, Steel Samurai was the victim is saying that Steel Samurai was Hammer. Saying that Hammer was the victim. They're both...
I mean, otherwise there was...
in a way.
I don't know. Well, we have the powers of save scum that be, so... I don't know. Do you got a preference?
I'm saying Steel Samurai was the victim,
Okay.
but...
If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai.
Order! So the Steel Samurai in this photograph. You're saying the man in this costume was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer.
That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene run through that morning. Thus, he obviously knew about Will Powers' foot injury.
But wait! Hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio 1 already?
That's what everyone thought. But remember what Miss Oldbag said during her testimony?
On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station.
Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio 1, nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then he snuck into the dressing room and stole the steel samurai costume.
But why would the victim do such a thing?
I don't know.
I get it.
I thought the steel samurai was moving strange, so it was a different person inside the suit. Pops! Huh? Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I did save. Data. Yeah, a photo on my digital camera. What?
Show us. Quick.
No way, man. Not if you're gonna look at me like that.
Now!
Here, this is it.
That's out of 2.
Well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright?
I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence.
I'm sorry.
But
this
he's
doesn't
outside
look like
Studio
it's
2.
the proof we need. I'll give it back.
Wait, Phoenix.
Mia? What?
Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. The photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial.
What? Your Honor, may I see that photo once more?
Certainly. I don't see why not.
Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo.
Find the inconsistency in the photo.
It is the 2.
I'm gonna click on this one.
Okay, sure.
Your Honor, look at this.
I see a gate.
Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate?
The number? Ah, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2.
Clearly not a 1, Your Honor, correct?
Ah!
I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at.
But, that's impossible. Huh? What's this all about? Please explain so that I might be shocked along with the rest of the court.
I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here in Studio 1. However, what do we see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo. Your Honor, here's the true scene of the crime. Show 'em where it is.
Outside Studio 2.
Off in the forest.
No, the gate.
It was here.
What does that have to do with the number on the gate in the photograph?
Well, sorry, Your Honor.
Oh, did you?
Okay, once again, I guess I wasn't pointing.
You
I was pointing
weren't-
at the entrance at it.
You weren't inside enough Studio 2.
Bat.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Here, at Studio 2.
I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo.
Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. Path was blocked. Trailer is there. No filming is done there.
I mean, the trailer is there because that's where all the other people were.
Yeah. The trailer was there. As you may recall, there's a trailer in Studio 2. Now on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Miss D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime. The path to the trailer was blocked.
So we've heard.
The path was blocked at 2:15. In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time.
Yes, I suppose that would be the case.
Remember Salmonella's testimony. Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1. In actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime, Studio 2.
Order!
The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person in that the security guard, Miss Oldbeg, saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a steel samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2.
This is madness. Jack Hammer was the victim. The victim! Why would he steal a steel samurai costume?
Are you suggesting that he did so to cover up the details of his own murder? Well, no, of course not. Huh. What do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim, Jack Hammer, stole the costume.
The sleeping pills.
I have proof. I have proof. You do? You do, Mr. Wright? No, they're so surprised suddenly I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume. Bam.
The empty bottle.
This is it. An empty medicine bottle. I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. Label reads, sleeping pills. Sleeping pills? The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent the entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Wait a minute. Or wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes. But there's no proof that Mr. Hammer used it. Your Honor, I have an idea. Too late for Powers' blood.
Yeah, because it's been days. Fingerprint the bottle, I suppose. It would have the fingerprints of Phoenix, the kid, and...
Not
the kid. The kid only knocked it off the table.
An idea. Very well, let's hear it. I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on the bottle. I suppose you're right. Very well. The court will take possession of the bottle. Empty bottle given to the judge. This court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today. Cody Hatkins' testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The steel samurai seen by Miss Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did not have time, or did have time to commit murder. Mr. Wright? Yes, Your Honor. Your homework is to find the answer to the following question. Why would Mr. Hammer steal the steel samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow. That's a lot of homework. Mr. Edgeworth. You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers. As you say, Your Honor. This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned.
I mean, for me, I think it's pretty clear that Hammer was, a long-time professional actor, and maybe he just wanted to get back into the spotlight again.
I don't know.
Or maybe he thought that Powers was incompetent compared to him and had injured himself, or maybe he wanted to say, hey, I can take his place for this episode if he can't do the filming today and whatnot. And maybe he was, either the killing was an accident or the producers wanted some kind of fame.
I don't remember.
From it. Well, you're not supposed to remember. We're supposed to speculate.
True. But the problem is, I remember enjoying this one thoroughly, but I do not remember the answer, and it's bugging me.
October 19th, 2:47 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby Number 1.
Ooh, that was a close one.
We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during the trial.
Me too. Really? You both seem so confident. Ha! Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there.
Me too.
Dead?
Of course, we are kidding.
Are you sure? I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to make our final investigation, but I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial. Right. Thanks.
To be continued.